Today, I'm going to teach you something that took me thousands of hours of playing Counter-Strike to truly understand and master. You will increase your Counter-Strike 2 IQ by the end of this video. I'm really excited to teach you the concept of utility trading. Utility trading is your key to winning against players that are dominating with smoke execs, different types of mid takes, all this type of stuff. Things that are just really hard to deal with if we don't know how to utilize our own grenades properly. I'm here for you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So the most basic way that I want you to think about this utility trading is how to use your util, your smokes, your flashes, your nades to counter the utility that the enemies are throwing. Let's use a first example here. Utility trading. We are going to take a right side exec on A here. So many players see this come in and they rightfully start saying, it's A guys, it's A, everyone rotate. But what they're not doing as this A player is doing anything about it. They're sitting here and just trying to kill people. Well, what happens when the enemies that you're playing against know how to flash you, right? They know how to flash over top. They know how to molly under back. They have all these good util. You've got to get creative. You've got to block them. The simplest way to think about this is with the stair and jungle smoke, and maybe they throw a third one. Maybe they throw a CT smoke. All you have to do when you see these coming through the air, drop your own smoke down right here. Boom. Because now this giant cloud is blocking their vision, and they threw 3 smokes, but then they're all like, dude, how did we get through this? They either are going to panic and back up, or they're going to go through. If they back up, well, awesome. You just won. 1, 2, 3 smokes used. They just lost 3 smokes to your 1 smoke. We are winning. We are winning the macro of this game, right? The micro, the macro, whatever it is. We're winning it. We're winning this utility battle. Secondly, if they run through it, awesome. Your opponents are running through a gray screen. You're coming here and farming them. Also, when we throw a smoke like that, it allows us to play positions that normally wouldn't be as viable, right? Because it would be horrible normally to play out in the middle of the open like this, right? And also another smoke you can throw is not off that wall, but you can toss it in here if you want to play a little bit safer in this type of way. But you're going to hold the Tetris jump up. You're going to kill them running through. Of course, you got to worry about Palace. Don't forget about that. But it allows you to play different positions now. So many players just never get to this part of the game where they're thinking in this way. They're not thinking intelligently in this type of sense. I'm going to teach you more ways that you can implement this into your gameplay. Lots of cool stuff that you've never seen before. But first, let me show you how to get some juicy looking Counter-Strike 2 skins that'll upgrade your inventory.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, another way to think about this utility trading is to look at it as a math problem, like almost like through a finance lens of things. If your enemies are burning utility, say in middle as CTs, right? Say the CTs are starting the round out, they're mollying boxes, they're throwing 2 flashes over con, 1, 2, they're dropping their own smoke down here, they're coming off cat and dropping their own smoke here. Guys, they just wasted thousands of dollars in utility right there. And not to mention if the cat player is flashing as well, which he probably is, and he should be mulling underpass too. Guys, they just wasted thousands of dollars. All we have to do against a team like this is sit there and contain our smokes. We do a passive mid default. Boom, we're waiting. And all we're doing is either, we could do both these. We're smoking window and con in the mid round. We just waited all of that thousands of dollars of util out. We made sure that they didn't push too far into mid where they can get boxes. And we're hitting mid late with our own battle, our own utility battle, right? Like we're throwing our smokes after theirs are gone. We've won that trade. We've won that exchange. So on T side, this is extremely important as well, guys, because now our smokes actually are the last ones up, which is also another good point to talk about. When you're on T side, guys, one of the dumbest things that you can do is sit here and when the enemy team is about to smoke ramp, right? And you hear it come in, boom, they smoke ramp. And the second that smoke is like being thrown, you sit here and throw your smokes. Why? You're just cutting down the lifespan of your smokes. Wait that smoke out ramp and hit it. This is something higher level players understand a lot better, but I still see a lot of newer players do this where they have to just run through the enemy smoke then if they panic or something. It's just like, dude, why are we doing that? We have these smokes up right here, but we're letting the CTs just block us off with one piece of util. So another way we can think about this utility battle that goes on every single round, guys, is by using less important or weaker utility to destroy our enemies in this way. So what are we going to do if they smoke window? Well, let's talk about the order of nades. A smoke is the most important, a molly is the second most important, and then flash and HE are the bottom tier util, right? Doesn't mean that they can't be useful. Of course they can, obviously. It just means that in general, a smoke is your most valuable. It blocks people. A molly blocks people, but it's a wall of damage instead. And then your other util is bottom tier because, you know, HE's whatever, flashes, whatever. What you're going to do is when they smoke window with their most important piece of utility, you're going to take your least important piece of util, sit here and blow it open and get an advantage for your team. Boom. Now you just used your weak util to blow open their really important util and give you a good look in the round. I love doing this, right? If they throw right side smokes here on A, what am I doing? As a CT, all I'm doing is while they're running out on site, I'm throwing this nade here, boom, and I'm killing them. Goodbye to all of your $600 of a wall you threw here. The wall was horrible because I used $300 to break it open. That's how we got to look at the game. So many people, like I said, never get to this point in their own career and their own experience playing this, and they just run around playing deathmatch. They don't even understand this utility trading is something that goes on. You know, and let's look on CT side. This is why, guys, on CT side, you can't just start every round at a high level by throwing a molly, sitting here, throwing a grenade, smoking, and flash. You still have like a minute 20 left on the clock or a minute 30 by the time your smoke's gone. And high level players know this, and they're just going to hit B on you after that happens. The best map to understand this, by the way, is Inferno. If you're ever on T side Inferno and the CTs are dumping all of their nades, cool. We're just going to go exec B on you because you just traded all of your utility for nothing. So let's talk about concepts we have to do in order to actually set ourselves up for success. When you are using util, make sure you're actually gaining something with it, or you'll never beat higher level opponents. If we are throwing on T side a con smoke here, a window smoke, a million flashes out, we're mollying underpass, we better be taking mid, or all of that util is just absolutely being wasted, right? Same thing on CD side. If we're dumping a million flashes over mid, mollying, smoking off cat, doing this, if we don't win the mid battle, we don't win this mid fight, we're putting our team at a huge disadvantage. Same thing in apps. If you're blocking and throwing like a deep molly, nading all this, maybe try to prod up there and see what's up, and you know, maybe get risky and, you know, gun out through here, gun out with your molly up and try to take this fight. Boom. Okay, nobody killed us. Jiggle, jiggle. I'm gonna smoke deep now. So now you're smoking deep to cut off that angle, and you're coming in here and trying to fight apps. At least that we dumped our util now, we took space with it, and we have land that we shouldn't be having, right? We have new space on the map that normally we want to get, this default space that the CTs or Ts should have, right? 100% super useful. Nobody thinks about it in this way, and if you use this knowledge that you learned today, you're gonna really succeed. Guys, if you want to watch me do this live, check out my streams every single day on twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS. I teach you guys all this stuff. It's things that my subscribers already knew about, so check me out over there. Join my Discord community, and as always, I offer coaching down below. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for love. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.